just foot on the pedal and let's try and put it away.
Good stuff, bring it home.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks to Brent Hawker for his time today. As the ball's back in the guts, Haig wins the first tap. Ancona overruns it there. Toast applying the tackle. Numbers over this one. Somehow Donvale extracts it now. Haig can go inside 50 for Donvale. It's a big kick. It's probably going to beat all comers and go out over the boundary line, and it does for a throw in right next to the point post. Big first clearance there from Donvale as rain trickles down. Probably the heaviest we've seen today. And make things even harder for Glen Waverley. Easy tap by Murphy, gets it out the back, but Dunn was there to wrap up Donvale's opponent in a pretty strong tackle. This is right down on the goal line for the Magpies. Murphy once again wins a tap out of midair. Sutherland just a behind. Oh, that would have been goal of the day for sure, but not to be. Just a behind, and a bit of party tricks coming out now for Donvale. They can sense they're almost through today. 43 points is their lead. And Jesse Dunn will take the kick out. Looks left, looks right. Nothing really to go to, so told to move it on. Plays on. Big kick towards the Caldwell direction. Great mark at the back from Dylan Liardi. Used Caldwell as a bit of a springboard and set himself up. In fact, it was Wignall with the mark. Sorry about that to Kyle Wignall. Credit deserved for a good grab, and his kick can't really find anyone over the boundary line. That's where we'll cross. Thanks to chiropractic betting. Lachlan Munro.
Yes, boys. Well, Ryan Flack, he's probably admitted defeat. He just wants his boys to just go out there, play with a bit of pride, and finish this game off as well as they can.
And that's sort of statement from a coach that, as you said, admits defeat when they ask for the get the win in the final term sort of stuff.
It's pretty hard when you're a couple of men down on the bench, though.
It has been a tough day with injuries. Ball to be thrown in once more inside Donvale's attacking 50. Murphy in the ruck here against Caldwell. Murphy does well to use his body to shield Caldwell. Gets a tap down, but no one can break away from that contest.
Caldwell has not had a good day.
He's definitely been well and truly beaten. Murphy roves his own ruck work, snap towards the line, but Steinfort just puts the fish through for another rush point. So
that wasn't a bad snap just over your shoulder, was it? You know, right on the goal line, it's touched over.
You can see he's got a bit of confidence about him, and once more, Dunn will have to try and find a target out of the back line.
So just weighing up his options is Dunn. Just kicks it straight down the middle. Got the numbers at the fall of the ball, and the looping handball out wide is going to work out okay here for Pickering. On the right boot, sends it up towards the wing position. Sitting under it was Bush. His teammate came over the top in Roberto, but Bush at the fall of the ball picked it up and kicked it up towards the half-forward line. It was a 4-on-1 situation. The Hawks had the numbers. McMillan, little handball out wide. It was stolen eventually. Haig got the handball away over the top. That was good play. This way, that way. It's nicely done in the middle of the ground here. It's Collins. Wanted to square things up, but instead went for the banana kick inside 50. Little look away handball from Glen Waverley. Sees it go out towards the 45-metre arc. Almost pulling in a mark there. Sutherland, has he been paid it? I think he has. So Sutherland, who's kicked 4 goals this afternoon, will go back and have a shot to kick Donvale's 14th goal of the day.
And the way he's been kicking goals, you'd almost back him to kick this as well.
Certainly would.
To increase the margin to 50 points. Wasn't looking like this only a quarter ago. He was within a kick. So he comes in now. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. He kept it straight. He was hoping it would work back with the breeze, but bang on target from where he kicked it through for 1 behind. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 4 minutes into this final term of the first semi-final in Division 4, it is a 45-point lead to the Donvale Football Club.
Pressing Glen Waverley in this early stage of the final term. Cannot find a way out. Danger signs. You feel this one could possibly blow over if they can get a few goals. Steinfort's punch forward was roved nicely at the front by Sheen, but he couldn't keep it in. It'll have to be thrown in once more. Pretty dark clouds coming over Walker Park here. 45 points is the Magpies' lead. Throw in about 40 out on the far side. Mitcham Footy Club ground here. Run by Haig. Side sort of punch, and Caldwell has to fight for it on the ground. Gets his handball out to Johns. His kick's very high and will hug the boundary line, stay in. Good roving at the front there was Liardi. Kick into the middle, might work out all right. Fife was the target, but chopping it off was Roberto. Run down and a great tackle by Dunn. Holding the ball, gets a free kick. Wastes no time, but is pinged himself by Collins. The right idea by Dunn to try and take the game on, but Collins was second to that. And he'll have the free kick now, right in the middle. Looking inside 50, not a great kick. Dunn will come in from the side and take a pretty easy intercept mark. Uses McMillan on the side as an option. Kick up towards the Walsh direction. Strong hands in front of the pressure from Bush. Walsh goes further up towards the Amin direction on the wing. Pushed out of that one. And the mark taken by Fitzpatrick. Shakes his head as Adam Amin. He's had a tough day at the office. Not a lot's gone right for him as McAllister. Good fist by Dunn. Out the back, the runners for Donvale have a chance to get onto this one. Sheen, the handball to Dylan Liardi. Over the top now, fighting that one off with Sutherland. Kick right towards the goal line. It goes through. He's just having a great day, is Matty Sutherland. And I tell you what, Donvale had to wait a fair old time to play another final, but don't you worry. They'll be getting another crack next week. That is game over with Sutherland's 5th and Donvale's 14th. 14-9-93. 51 points is the margin. Glen Waverley Hawks 6-6-42 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Easy as it comes for Matt Sutherland.
Yeah, he's playing a great game.
Some days you have those days where no matter what you do, it comes off, and he's had one of them today.
So back in the middle here of Walker Park. Comes out. Walsh was there, got the handball away. He was looking for Caldwell, who just knocked it on. Comes out now, he's Sinden. Got little handball back to Parlapiano, who had a great third term, got his team back into the game at the fall of the ball inside 50, Dunn on the right boot, squared things up nicely there. And he was looking for his teammate in Johns, who's claimed the mark, and the umpire said it touched the ground. And I'm lucky probably not to be pinged there, but benefit of the doubt. Eggington got the knockdown. Eventually comes out to Haig, who didn't dispose of it correctly. Umpire said it was okay. Liardi, little handball out wide, looking for his senior coach in Matt Fife, who used his body well, left it for Haywood to come barging through and thumped it on his boot up towards the wing position. Which way is this one going to bounce? Favourably, in fact, for the little man in Phillips, linking handball over the top. Here's Liardi of the Dillon variety. He arched the back, he goes for goal, but he pushed it to the right-hand side. So the crowd stays in their seats on that one. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 8 minutes into this final term. It's a 52-point margin. Yes, I think I scared half the grandstand.
Trying to bring a bit of life into this game. It's definitely lost its legs.
Well, all the kids turned around. It was like those go-to-your-room type calls, wasn't it?
Dunn's kick chopped off by Liardi. A chance for Sheen now to have another crack at goal. Kick all the way at the back. Phillips, great mark right next to the point post. He's going to be set his angle here. Haven't heard him much today, Josh Phillips. Probably his highlight of his day was getting sent off. Can he try and resurrect that with a goal? Snap around the corner. He's a behind. So, not his best effort there. Tough angle, though. And another behind for Donvale. They're 5th for the quarter.
He obviously doesn't go to the Eddie Betts School of Goal Kicking.
We saw Justin Fickey really kick 6 yesterday. I reckon he was trying to emulate Eddie Betts. See 250 games. Got some good small forwards running around the Eastern Football League, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly do.
They always come alive come finals times, it seems. It's done. Plays on. Out of defence. Goes for the short option. Mark taken there by Steinfurt. Holds up play. Told to move it on. Kick up towards the wing. Numbers here with Glen Waverley. At the back was Eggington. Couldn't take the mark. Trying to run through there was Bush. Tackled nicely. McMillan trying to bustle his way through traffic. He's had a tough day. It's really worked for him as Donvale go forward. Nice mark taken by Potts. Short chip back to Dunn in the goal square. Comes out broadcast side to Sinden, who's had a really quiet second half after a pretty nice first. Sinden goes towards a 3-on-1. He set his teammate McMillan a pretty hard task. He did well to fight through it. Here's Caprara. Good tackle on Collins, and It'll be balled up right in the middle of Walker Park.
When they're coming out of the defence like they did then, I'd rather see them kick to the space and have their teammate run onto it rather than kicking to a 1-on-3.
Big fist from Haig is mopped up by Dunn, but Phillips, who's given away probably 20 kilograms to Jesse Dunn, does well to stick him up in a tackle.
He's had a pretty workmanlike game today, Jesse Dunn, down the back there.
Definitely has. Well done there by Liardi. Just gets his hands free to get it out to Grocott. Kick off the side of the boot. He's just going to stay in. Pickering trying to cut it off, but couldn't quite. I haven't seen Jesse Liebelt since he went off for the Donvale Magpies, so they'll be hoping that he gets up for next week. A very important player for them. Throw in once more. Well done at the front by Ancona. Gets the kick out and snags another goal for Donvale.
He deserved one.
Absolutely brilliant clearance work from the Magpies. Ruck tap straight down to the crumbing midfielders, and they do the rest of the damage. Another goal for the Magpies. They tick over the 100-point margin, 15-11-101, when Waverley Hawks 6-6-42. And for 10 minutes, it's been all the Magpies in this final term.
And as we've said all day, it's just been the bigger bodies on those stoppages where Donvale all day long, they've done it too easy, just clearing the ball out of the stoppages, and that was a perfect example.
And Ancona is definitely one of those main players in that engine room as well.
Yeah. So, we've only got about 15-20 minutes left in this first semi-final. The parties at Donvale Reserve, RSVP, your invitation down there tonight.
So that's where you're going to end up, is it?
I'm sure they'll be serving beverages as it comes up towards the half-forward line. You're unbelievable, Ray.
Well, you've got to find somewhere to go. Donny East, there'll be no one there.
Kick goes into the forward pocket for the Glen Waverley Hawks. And they'll have a first shot on goal for this final term, and it's in the arms of Andrew Murray, who's got a pretty difficult angle. Let's hope he can put it through. Seeing Matt Fife just having a rest on the boundary line. In front of him, opponent Murray goes for goal, and well, it never looked like a show, did it? Straight through for one behind. So 12.5 minutes gone in this final term, and it's a big lead to Donvale, 15-11-101 to the Glen Waverley Hawks, 6-7-43.
Kick out duties with Sutherland, goes long up the guts, Dunn, tried juggling the mark, couldn't stick it. Slung in the tackle was Caprara, asked for a free kick. Umpire lets this one go, and a bit of remonstration from Glen Waverley Hawks. They reckon they'll feel hard done by. There's been a few decisions that just haven't gone their way.
Ringwood by 6 points, 11 minutes into the final term against Baronia.
I fend off will go to Huxtable.
Was that the even or upper, you reckon?
I wasn't watching.
I reckon they owed a few more.
Yeah.
Stop doing the crossword, Ray.
Huxtable in the middle, goes inside 50, 3-on-1. It's a poor option. Numbers at the front might work out. Parlapiano to Dunn, out to Toby McMillan. Has to go all the way back to Huxtable. Really nothing on inside 50, and Cotsford at the front of this pack will spoil. Wrapped up in a tackle was Parlapiano. Handball out, and slung was Sam Parlapiano. So he's going to get the free kick and will get a shot on goal. Had an electric start to the third term in absence of Ryan Butner, but they just haven't been able to create the same sort of magic since that moment. Parlapiano directly in front from about 30 out. It's definitely lost a lot of feeling this game. The crowd has definitely simmered down a fair bit. Parlapiano trudges in, and the kick is another poor one. Geez, even regardless of this result being done and dusted, Glen Waverley still haven't been able to kick straight. 6-8-44, Donvale 15-11-101. 15 minutes gone, closing in on a win for the Magpies.
Short passes on, Sheen takes the mark in the yellow boots, and he takes off too, crosses the 45-metre arc and moves it up towards the wing position, wants the ball back, and he received it too, this way, that way. Put himself in a bit of trouble, then squeezed a helicopter punt up towards the half-forward line at the back of the pack. It was taken by Caprara, though, for the Hawks. He switches it out wide. Broad's got a little bit of space. He'll swing around now on that familiar right boot and spot up a player on the wing position. They'll go back inside. Here's Caprara, looping handball back to Broad. This is a bit better here from the Glen Waverley Hawks. Pokes it up towards the half-forward line where Huxtable takes the mark, 45 metres out from goal, and he took the mark at 45, so he'll have to kick from 50. So it's going to take a fair old roost from here, but he's going to go back and back himself. Comes in now. He's going to sit it up for the Yarmin direction. He eventually worked himself into the front spot. Also in there was McMillan. Nicely done there from Holland. Got the handball away. Here's Sutherland on the right boot. Slams it up towards the wing position. Got every bit of 60 metres. Dunn will be the first player for Glen Waverley to chase after that boundary line. Beats all players, and over she goes, 65 metres out from the Donvale goal line. 98.1 Radio Eastern is where you're listening to this game, or streaming it live around the globe on EFL.org.au. A big clash is happening out at Central Reserve in the Division 3 elimination final, and halfway through the final quarter, it is Ringwood leading it by just one kick as it comes out now. McMillan of the Toby variety paddled it out, looking for his teammate there in Johns. He was wrapped up in a nice tackle and will have another bounce. So Donvale will be playing Ferntree Gully next Saturday out here at Walker Park. The winner of that to go through and play Forest Hill in the big dance in a couple of weeks' time. As it comes out now, here's Potts on the right boot, slammed it on his boot into the middle of the ground, and now Glen Waverley, can they have another chance? Little kick up towards the half-forward line where Pape dropped what he probably should have taken. He'll go after it again. In there also was his opponent in McAllister, and both players a fair old effort to win the football, and the umpire asked for it back. So we'll have a bounce right in the heart of Walker Park.
57-point margin to Donvale. Haig gets that tap down. Running through was Huxtable. Couldn't get a kick away though before he was wrapped up in a tackle and going nowhere to the umpire. And a tough day, as we've said a couple of times in the ruck for Glen Waverley, but a few of their big midfielders have had offish days. As Wignall tries to break through, great tackle by Broad. He's definitely been one of the more serviceable players for the Hawks.
They have been comprehensively beaten in that midfield all day in Glen Waverley.
Takes off, does Broad, kick up towards Amin, spoiled away from him. Johns mops up, gets back to Broad. Shorter option this time to Amin, and takes it just an easy one-handed juker. 40 out, slight angle. And knowing his goal kicking today, this could really end up anywhere.
Well, you are right, Josh. It could end up anywhere based on today.
It's one of the harder ones he's had. If his kicking's like anything like Travis Cloak, he'll miss the easy ones and put the hard ones through. So
Amin to
earn
back a bit of credit today. That kick is fading once more, and another behind. So a dirty day for the superstar goal kicker for the Hawks. 56-point margin, 18 minutes in.
With this margin, does Matty Fife now maybe rest a couple of players? I mean, even himself, he's had an injury-prone season. Just take themselves off and a couple off to rest them for next week?
Yeah, most definitely. They're going to be up for a very tight and physical contest next week, so I would be resting up as many of the players as I can right now.
Tosh has the ball, centre-half back, goes out wide. Mark taken out there by McAllister. Moves it up towards the Fitzpatrick direction. Just slowing things down, the Magpies. He's going to go long up the wing. Liardi at the back. Jumping over him was Eastman, so he's going to get the free kick. He's Dylan Liardi. Unfairly sat upon. Ball makes its way back to Liardi. So a few options in the middle of the ground if he wants. He's going to go further up towards centre half forward with a low drilling bullet. Couldn't quite get onto it with Sheen. Glen Waverley out the back with Dunn. Nice little chip. Spoil came from behind. Phillips is in there. Sheen, great tackle coming in over the top and locked up his opponent. It'll be a ball up once more. 50 out from the Donvale goal.
I know it's a one-sided score, but I feel like the Glen Waverley backline has actually done a really good job today, given how many times and how quickly that ball's been going into the Donvale forward line.
Johns with the Dusty Martin fend off on the wing. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Jack Dunn's there, couldn't control it. Well done by Cotsford. He's played a role in him in today. He gets it back here with the 1-2. Finds his coach in Fife, and now it's with Holland. Back to Fife. Now into the middle. Strong mark taken by Collins. Moves it along. Little dinky right foot chip. Finds Grocott. Lowers his eyes and goes towards the Murphy direction. Couldn't stick the mark. Great pressure applied from Pape coming in late. Back to Sheen. Kick towards the goal. Going to go all the way through. Sticks his arm up in celebration. Says, get around me. We're going through to a final next week. And a great goal there by Matty Sheen. His first for the day. And Donvale's third for the term. Dominating stuff. 16-11-107. It's out to a 62-point margin. Glen Waverley Hawks 6-9-45.
22 minutes gone. Sorry, Ray, out at Central Reserve, and it's Ringwood by 6 points against Baronia. Could there be some extra time out there today?
A bit different to what we're seeing here, but the floodgates have opened up for Donvale here.
Yeah, we haven't quite got the mix right this weekend, have we? As the ball's going to be restarted back in the middle.
Well, you're dead right. You should be back in Sydney. That's right.
Call the weekend to you, Ray Baird. It looks like an EFL house reunion today. I can see Kira arrive as well. There's the ball's in the middle here of Walker Park. So getting up off the pine, Toby McMillan. It's a bit like you, Ray, in the last quarter yesterday, mate. As it comes out now, snap around the body. Only Soupy's not there to lay into me. Bouncing football up towards the Sindon direction. It was knocked away from him. Comes out now, nicely done there by Grocott on the left boot. Kicks it to the hot spot, centre half forward. Oh, charging out there was Liardi, couldn't pull it down. Holland, little handball back, looking for the big man there in Haig. He couldn't trap it. Holland went after it again. Dunn came in for the Hawks, got it out to McMillan, who slammed it on his boot, but it was an absolute shocker at the end of the day. They did have players spread across the half forward line, but now to be Ancona for Donvale, whose kick was nicely smothered there by Dunn, but he had another go at it, got it back to Tosh, who's been brilliant. Haywood now for the Magpies, switches it back to Holland.
It's almost like a training drill at the moment, guys.
Kick goes back out wide to Collins. Short passes on. Well, they're just having a bit of fun, and you would think he's Matty Fife. And said the boys were really pumped this morning on EFL Sunday, and they've shown that out on the park today. Holland, who's also had a really good game today for the Pies. Kicks it out wide. Ooh. Wignall takes the mark. Josh McMillan was there and just gave him a little bit extra. It wasn't too crude, but the umpire says, we'll have none of that.
He could have cleaned him up well and truly. It was just a bit of hard body contact. That's all it was.
Considering it was a 25, I'm guessing he wished he had of a little bit more too, Ray. It's in the arms of Wignall. That's not what we want to see out on the park. So what's Wignall going to do? They're enjoying the short passes. Murphy's a long way out from goal. Had a good game today. He's kicked 4 big ones. 5 goals to Sutherland. They've been a great match. As the kick goes forward now, he was looking for Liardi. He was a big flyer at the ground level. Huxtable did well to trap the football, trying to get up and go on with it. Strong tackle by Roberto. And we will have a bounce and a half forward for Donvale. They'd love to kick another 1 or 2 in the dying minutes of this clash. Eggington, little knock over the back. It's across centre half forward here now for the Magpies. Comes out Holland. Ran into a bit of trouble, got the handball away to Fife, who snaps it around the body. It's about 35 metres out from goal now, but they're charging away with it. When Waverley Hawks, Sindon's kick was smothered in the end. Didn't get enough purchase on it. Now the Pies, here's Liardi. He loves him from 50, Liardi. Can he squeeze this one back? He can't. Pushes it to the right-hand side. Minor score is the result. 24 minutes gone here in the final term, and it is Donvale with an insurmountable lead, 16 goals, 12, 108, and the Glen Waverley Hawks 6-9-45.
Done with kick out at full-back. Dumps it long towards Parlapiano. He's going to have to do pretty well to win this one, and Collins just fists it out.
Siren's gone out at Central Reserve in the Division 3 elimination final, and it is Ringwood who have got home by 7 points today, 6-11-47. Baronia 5-10-40. So the Redbacks, what a run home they have had, and they've won their first final as well. That's a huge result out there today at Central Reserve in a low-scoring affair.
Who do you pick, Ray?
That is a copy of last season with the Redbacks. Got their way into the finals in the last round and won their first final.
So Ringwood to take on the Heathmont Football Club next weekend.
Back here at Walker Park, ball's not really going anywhere. Stuck inside Donvale's 50. 63 points is the margin the Magpies hold. And we're 25 minutes gone in this final term. One on there by Haig to take a snap at goal. He's played well, would deserve a goal, just relies on the bounce that didn't quite favour him. And go through for a behind. Margin out to 64 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Definitely been one of the dominant players out there today, has Zach Haig. He's had a good year as well in the ruck for the Pies. We'll have a tough task next week against Ferntree Gully, but he'll definitely be up for it as Dunn, clearing kick. Strong mark paid to Cotsford, who's had the job on and off with Adam Amin today, and while Amin's definitely got onto a few marks, he'd take the points with Amin's inaccuracy favouring him as spoil from Dunn from the Cotsford inside 50 ball goes out of bounds. Siren not far away here at Walker Park. Good scenes for Donvale. A much deserved win. They've had to fight for it at times, but big third term sealed that result. Eastman juggling with Pickering there. Pouncing on it was Sutherland. He's going to get a free kick. So he's going to get a chance from directly in front to kick his 6th for the day. Was held on to after he got rid of that ball, and he's kicking them from everywhere today, Matty Sutherland. He snagged one from the boundary, snagged a few from out of the back early stages, and it's probably one of the easier efforts he'll get today.
5-15 last night, so
Sutherland to put Donvale beyond 70 points. Trundles in, kicks a nice goal. They get around him, Matty Sutherland. Been a big performance by him today. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and now 2 in the final quarter. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Donvale 17-13, 115. An even 70-point margin over the Glen Waverley Hawks, 6-9-45. And we don't have Soupy in here today, Ray, but there's one stat that sticks out pretty big, and 11 goals to 2 since half-time for Donvale. And
I think another one would be that the marks inside 50 for Donvale, you know, would have almost tripled Glen Waverley's.
Not to mention the hit-outs.
Back in the middle, Toach. It's the kick inside 50 after ducking and diving through a few. Sutherland almost with another chest mark, fighting hard with Sheen, and Eastman locks it all up.
They just had absolutely no answers to Sutherland today.
40 out from the Donvale goal. Collins and Eggington in the ruck. Eggington down to McMillan. Potts overruns it. One on by Grocott, gets it out to Toach. Once again, ducking through traffic. Phillips couldn't pick it up cleanly. Dives over the top of this one, and then Waverley Hawks players set upon him. 28 minutes gone. And there's the siren. Just like that. Donvale Football Club clear and easy winners today by 70 points. The final score in the first semi-final at Walker Park, 17-13, 115. The Glen Waverley Hawks, 6-9-45. Season over for Glen Waverley, and disappointed players, a few of them out on their feet there, but full credit to Donvale. They tore it apart in the third term and put the gas on, and were able to really take this game away from the Hawks.
Yeah, no, that was a great effort by Donvale. But when you sum it up at the end of the day and you look at both sides, Donvale were the bigger bodied side. They won the ball around the stoppages, and most importantly, they kicked accurately. How's that? That's right. That's what I was trying to say. But BWS, you're a Jackets man. It's great to see the green and black jackets out here.
Loving the
Donvale
jackets.
faithful.
Yeah, like I was
Yes.
saying on EFL Sunday, they were all across Tunstall Square yesterday as well, so the local people getting really behind their football club, and the first final since 2005, a great effort to come home with the win today, and they'll be really looking forward to the challenge next week against Ferntree Gully.
There's one person I suppose we should ask who saw the game yesterday. Can Donvale take it up to Ferntree Gully, Alana Coleman?
The way that Ferntree Gully played yesterday and seeing some of the play from Donvale today, yes, they can. And I wouldn't have said that probably this time last week, but I hadn't seen Ferntree Gully perform the way that they performed yesterday until yesterday.
Yeah.
So yes.
So goal kickers here at Walker Park. Sutherland with 6 for the Magpies. Murphy finished with 4. Matty Liardi 2, and singles to Matthew Sheen and Kona, Grocott, Dylan Liardi and Kyle Wignall. And for the Glen Waverley Hawks, 2 for Parlapiano, singles for Murray, Amin, Eastman and Butner. And the Glen Waverley Hawks looked pretty dejected, but had their fair share of chances in that third term to really keep the pressure on, I guess, with Donvale, and miss some really crucial easy set shots.
Look, games of football can be set up in what you dish up in the first quarter, and particularly finals. And the inaccuracy of Glen Waverley Hawks in that first quarter, that just set the whole pattern for them for the whole rest of the game.
Donvale in a big huddle out in the middle of Walker Park, and I'm sure Matt Fife would be congratulating his boys, but reminding them that there's still time left in this season, and definitely still a chance for them to put the pressure on with Ferntree Gully losing yesterday. We see Jesse Liebelt out there. He's got his left shoulder in a sling, so